Hi everyone, and welcome to Lawrence, Kansas. Get ready for one of the great detective capers you will ever be a part of. This evening's story offers enchantment, wonders, and supernatural occurrences. But most importantly, there is adventure to be had. So get ready for a thrilling ride as we prepare to search the unknown.
And do you want to take over on camera now?
You got it, buddy. The Eldridge Hotel.
Yes, we're here at the Eldridge Hotel in downtown Lawrence, Kansas. And I think you're going to love it here. Come on. Now, this is a very old building, by the way, and a very historic building. And you may also be interested to know that there are ghost stories associated with this building here. Some people say a specter walks the halls of this building right here. And we're going to be staying here tonight. Here is a plaque that is posted to some of the original stones of this glorious old building. See, this hotel was burned down during the Civil War. And they say there is a ghost from the Civil War right inside this hotel. During the night is when he comes out. And tonight we're going to investigate. We're going to find out what's going on in this building. Beautiful building on the outside. And on the inside, a house of horrors. With a ghost floating through the air.
That's genius. That's so good.
Hello there everyone, and get ready for a wonderful weekend of history and mystery in Lawrence, Kansas. Lawrence is a medium-sized city with a population of 95,000. It's located in the northeast part of the state, right between Kansas City and Topeka on Interstate 70 highway. Lawrence is well known for the Watkins History Museum and the Spencer Museum of Art. But you may know Lawrence for the University of Kansas, also called KU for short. The college is nationally famous for its 1988 basketball team, Danny and the Miracles, and also its 2008 championship team, which featured Super Mario Chalmers hitting a heroic three-point shot with 2 seconds left. And of course, the 2022 championship game, in which KU mounted the biggest second-half comeback in NCAA history to take home the trophy. The school is especially famous for Professor James Naismith, who invented basketball in 1891 and formed the very first KU basketball team. KU's logo is the Jayhawk, which is the second most recognizable insignia in college sports, coming in only after Notre Dame's ornery leprechaun. The Jayhawk is a mythological creature reported by the very first settlers in Kansas in the 1830s, who told of seeing a bird with sharp talons and the beak of a hawk, but the bright decorative colors of a jaybird. Unfortunately, this rare bird was never seen again and may have gone extinct. And in the 1850s, Jayhawks was a term for Kansas militiamen who were known to be crack shots with a rifle. You see, prior to the Civil War, Lawrence was a major battleground in deciding if the new western frontier would be siding with the northern states or the southern states. And the battle line was drawn at the Kansas-Missouri border. And Lawrence is surrounded by historic battlefields, including the Pottawatomie Creek Massacre site to the south, the Battle of Blackjack to the southeast, and the Marais des Cygnes Massacre site to the east. But the greatest battle of that era happened right in downtown Lawrence on Massachusetts Street, which was named because Lawrence was founded by anti-slavery activists from Massachusetts. One of the town's fathers was a businessman and military leader named Shaylor Eldridge, founder of the Eldridge Hotel, a stately and welcoming building in the center of downtown, which offered food and lodging to people of all ethnicities and national backgrounds. But nearby, an evil sheriff named Samuel J. Jones suspected the Eldridge Hotel, also known as the Free State Hotel, was offering aid and comfort to runaway slaves. On May 21, 1856, he led a group of armed men in a terrible event called the Sacking of Lawrence, wherein they pillaged the town, destroyed the library, threw the newspaper press into the Kansas River, and what's more, they lined up the town citizens in the street and made them watch as they blew apart the Free State Hotel with cannonballs and then burned the wreckage with torches. However, the next day, Shaylor Eldridge announced that the people of Kansas shall not be oppressed, and he immediately began reconstruction of the hotel, using original blocks and pieces from the wreckage. Furthermore, he helped form a militia of fighters called the Jayhawks to join with the northern states in battling against their southern enemies. And among these Kansas volunteers was the famous gunslinger Wild Bill Hickok. A few years later, on August 21st, 1863, Confederate Army forces led by Captain William Quantrill and including future outlaws Frank and Jesse James conducted a surprise attack known in history as the Lawrence Massacre, in which 150 innocent people were killed and the entire town was burned to the ground, including the Hotel Eldridge. This historic attack is featured in the Hollywood film Ride with the Devil, and also in the old Western movies Dark Command and The Legend of the Golden Gun. Upon returning to Lawrence, Colonel Shaylor Eldridge vowed, "If they burn down this hotel 100 times, I shall rebuild it 101. And true to his word, Colonel Eldridge raised his hotel from the ashes of the Civil War. And today it stands tall at the same spot at 7th and Massachusetts as a landmark of the town and a symbol of American freedom and courage." In the 20th century, Lawrence was home of literary giants Langston Hughes and William S. Burroughs. And in the early 2000s, Lawrence became popular for its alternative rock scene, with bands like the Get Up Kids, Ultimate Fake Book, and the Appleseed Cast. Lawrence has quite a connection to science fiction as well, with the 1964 book The Immortals by James E. Gunn, and the subsequent TV series, which takes place in the town of Lawrence. Lawrence was also the setting and the filming location of the 1983 nuclear Holocaust movie, The Day After. And many town citizens were used as film extras in the movie. Also in the 2000s TV series Jericho, which is set in post-apocalypse Kansas, the town of Lawrence is destroyed by a nuclear missile in episode 1. And in the very popular TV series Supernatural, about a duo of vampire hunting brothers. The two protagonists are from Lawrence, Kansas. And in the DVD commentary, the show's writer said that Lawrence was selected as the character's hometown because of Stoll Cemetery. You see, a few miles west of Lawrence, on the north side of an old county road, sits a graveyard dating back to the 1800s, which is believed to be one of the most wicked places on the face of the earth. While en route to a mass in Denver, Colorado in 1996, Pope John Paul II had his airplane diverted around the state of Kansas because the Vatican did not want him flying over the cemetery, because it had become known in popular culture as the gateway to hell. The legend begins long ago in the 1850s, when the small community of Pennsylvania Dutch farmers blamed their crop's failure on a woman they called the Witch. And they got so angry they hung her from a tall tree in the cemetery. But later, when they returned to cut the witch down, a dark storm cloud billowed up, and lightning struck the ground, starting a grass fire on the hill that sent the men running. Early community records do show that one of the town citizens of Stoll was killed in a grass fire. Later in the 20th century, the tiny community of Stoll dispersed and had mostly become a ghost town. leaving only a few empty houses and an abandoned one-room church atop the cemetery hill, which was a spooky sight to be seen from the occasional car driving down the road. The empty and burned-out church became something of an urban legend because of a particular oddity adjacent to it. On the east side of the church was a staircase with 13 steps descending down to nothing. The stairs did not connect to the building or anything else, but a dead-end dirt floor at the bottom. In 1974, an investigative student journalist at KU who was researching the legend reported that occult members refer to Stoll Cemetery as the gate to hell. And it's believed that at this cemetery, Satan ascends from the depths of hell to the surface of earth to convene with his 13 witches whom he meets in the graveyard. Also part of the legend is that the bride of Satan, a woman named Wittich, is buried there along with her and the devil's 2 children. This obscure legend had an impact on the history of popular music that no one could have foreseen coming. And in one night, this cemetery would change the future of rock music forever. It happened on October 17, 1991, when the music groups Nirvana and Urge Overkill were touring together and played a show at Kansas Union Ballroom in nearby Lawrence. According to this legend, Mark Hennessy of the heavy metal band Paw told Kurt Cobain of Nirvana and Eddie Rozier of Urge Overkill about the obscure legend of Stoll. After the concert, Cobain and Rozier implored Hennessy to drive them out to the lonesome cemetery and drop them off at the gates. What transpired in the cemetery that night is unknown, but people who knew Kurt Cobain said this is where began his fascination with Halloween, black cats, and witches. Nirvana's Reddit page says the next morning Cobain picked up his guitar and played the opening bars of what later became the hit song Heart-Shaped Box. In 1992, Urge Overkill released the extended play album Stoll, which features a picture of the cemetery on the front. The title track, Stoll Part 1, has cryptic lyrics of a lonely road in Kansas and a woman dressed in black. Later in the 1990s, the spooky rumors of Stoll continued when the rock group The Cure canceled a concert in Lawrence after lead singer Robert Smith's wife was warned in a dream to stay away. Subsequently, it's said The Cure refuses to play any shows in Kansas for that reason. In 2001, pandemonium broke out when a college radio station announced the rumor that Electric Hellfire Club would be playing a surprise Halloween concert at the cemetery gates. And a fiasco ensued that evening, which resulted in the police being called to disperse the crowd. During this time period, the hysteria over Stoll Cemetery was at an all-time high, with multitudes of musicians and Hollywood actors taking up a fascination with the unholy plot of land. This resulted in a chain-link fence being built around the graveyard, and also its gates being chained shut, because of all the unwanted attention flooding the small country road. Perhaps the most harrowing of these incidents occurred in August of 2013, when pop singer Ariana Grande, after a concert in Kansas City, told her tour bus to drive to Stoll so she could post a photo of the graveyard on Pinterest. But when she looked out the bus's window, she saw 3 disembodied faces floating on the hill, staring back at her. Although wildly startled and confused, the singer immediately stood up and attempted to go outside and walk nearer the cemetery for a better look. But as she reached the steps of her tour bus, she suddenly swooned and fell ill for 2 days and had to be rushed away. That night, as she rested in a dark room, she said she heard a low rumble shake the room, and several voices whispering to each other all at once. And when she closed her eyes, she saw bright red dots like sunspots burned into her vision where the floating faces were. Also in 2013, Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash produced a horror movie set in Stoll called Nothing Left to Fear, in which an unwitting pastor moves his family to Stoll, not knowing about the legend. Also, the Sci-Fi Channel movie Turbulence 3 involves a passenger plane experiencing a crisis while flying over the cemetery. And the 2010 independent horror movie Stoll tells the story of 4 teenagers who go to investigate the legend and instead meet a creepy drifter. In 2002, the burned out church atop Stoll Cemetery Hill was leveled with a bulldozer, and the stairway to nowhere, also known as the gateway to hell, was filled in and covered up with the rubble, and the witch's hanging tree on the east side of the cemetery was torn down. Although the why, whether, and wherefore of these events remains unclear. The cemetery's part owner and caretaker, Major Weiss, told the Lawrence Journal-World newspaper he gave no authorization for the church to be torn down and had no idea who did it or why. Witnesses standing outside the graveyard that day say that government workers in orange vests were responsible for the demolition. Still other witnesses say that a local farmer did it on his own with a small Bobcat front loader because his church pastor encouraged him to take action. Sometime later, the Douglas County Sheriff's Department released a statement that the church had collapsed on its own, and the witch's tree had died on its own and had to be torn down and removed for safety purposes. I'm not sure I believe all of this because in 2017, I was actually part of a paranormal investigation conducted at Stoll Cemetery, along with my colleague Joel Martz and his wonderful wife. And if you're interested in this episode, you can watch it at the Midwest Shadows website. And I will confirm to you from seeing with my own eyes, the church on Cemetery Hill did not cave in on itself. It was destroyed by a machine. I also examined the stump of the witch's hanging tree, and I can tell you it was cut down with a saw blade. So the official story of the church caving in on itself did not happen. It's not true. Although the gateway to hell, quote unquote, has now been leveled, locked up, and left to fade into a forgotten oblivion, the legend continues in a fun new way at a haunted house and horror theater, which opened in the 1000 block of Massachusetts Street in 2021, called Stoll, the Gateway to Hell. But the greatest haunting in the city of Lawrence is none other than the ghost at the Eldridge Hotel. This story begins in the 1980s, shortly after the old building was fully renovated into a modern hotel. Something startling was discovered in a promotional photo taken in the hotel lobby, which appears to show the elevator door opened by itself and a faceless figure standing there. What's more is the tall, powerful-looking apparition appears to be wearing a cowl and cape, just as a uniformed horse rider in the 1860s would wear. For that reason, this ghost came to be known as Colonel Eldridge. And for more than 30 years since, guests at this hotel, especially in Cornerstone Room 506, have shared experiences of doors closing by themselves, televisions and hair dryers turning on by themselves, and a shadow moving through the room at night. The hotel was even featured on Season 3, Episode 1 of the Biography Channel series, My Ghost Story. And now, this weekend, we'll be checking into the Eldridge Hotel, and we're armed with all the latest high-tech equipment. And we're determined to get to the bottom of these mysteries. So we hope you'll be joining us now as we conduct our own investigation into the haunting of Lawrence, Kansas. Welcome to downtown Lawrence, everyone. This is Massachusetts Street, or Mass Street as they call it. And we better cross right here. By the way, over here on your right is Weaver's Department Store with shoes, clothing, and home furnishings. Established 1857. Can you believe that?
And right up here is one of my favorite places. I hope you like it. Yes, it's great, isn't it? Oh, look at that puppy.
I told Julianna we're going to one of my favorite places, and she said, "Oh, Chipotle's?" I don't know if that's indicting of me or her.
Well, what do you think of thinking of taking some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes.
I got my jiu-jitsu outfit in the car.
Hey, I see a sale down there.
You may notice here Julianna suddenly has a shocked and alarmed look. Well, it's because she saw a street bum. Well, get used to it, Julianna. It's going to be a long day.
Cool place, ramen bowls.
And across the street we spotted Ramen Bowl's Diner. And right here, there's a Pepper Jack's. Wonderful.
That's like a sandwich.
Oh yeah, Pepper Jacks.
Yeah. Has it been here a long time?
It has been. I've never gone in there, believe it or not. Mad Greek. Why don't we hang right here? Thank you. I hope you like Greek food, by the way.
And now welcome to the Mad Greek Restaurant. If you like Mediterranean style dining, or even just a good plate of noodles, this is the place.
Well, we're here at the Mad Greek restaurant. I'm almost tempted to get the carbonara. Potato pasta sauteed in red and white cream sauce with ham, bacon, and garlic. So good. It's under Italian specialties. But I'm also interested in the manicotti. Oven-baked pasta filled with ricotta and Parmesan and Romano cheese, topped with red sauce. The Italian combo. Toasted beef ravioli. Pasta stuffed with beef, lightly breaded and fried. Served with meat sauce.
Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Very well balanced. I
Oh, wow.
enjoy this. It's a well balanced cocktail.
So you insisted on Maker's Mark.
Yes. That's my go-to.
Maker's Mark Manhattan.
That's my go-to. Classy, but it's sassy.
Classy and sassy. Oh, hey.
Among the menu items here you may find appetizing are the falafel salad, the chicken lemon and rice soup, the eggplant parmesan, the moussaka plate, the manicotti with red sauce, and the spinach supreme pie.
We have toasted ravioli and
I'm gonna
yes,
send this to Amanda.
yes. Yeah, I've never had this before, but I'm very excited about this. Wow. And I happen to know that you like pita bread. I know that secret about
It's
you.
hard to have just one.
But you can have more than one. You can have one or two. And this is the spaghetti special. You knew I was gonna order the spaghetti, didn't you?
I knew that. Yes, and I ordered the moussaka. Traditional.
Great choice. Moussaka.
Okay, this is moussaka. Is this an egg? It's a tomato. All right, well, let's give it a bite. Give it a roll. It's like a really good pot pie.
Oh wow, I might have one or two bites of that.
Absolutely.
But right now I have to just obliterate this spaghetti.
The Mad Greek has been open in Lawrence since 1988. but the building has been standing here since 1880. And it's been a butcher shop, a bakery, and a billiards room.
Hey, this is a nice spot for you.
I like this.
Great place to hang out.
We hate to leave the Mad Greek, but our journey today must continue.
And shall we?
Now, is the car far away?
It's not far away. Would you like to go there?
Can we go there for just a minute
Yeah,
before
of course.
we head out? Thank you.
Oh, and incidentally, Chipotle's is one of my favorite places. I recommend the barbacoa burrito with corn salsa, extra sour cream and cheese, and don't forget the chips and guacamole.
So funny.
And I think we hang a left here.
There's a big puppy in that car.
Two big
Oh.
puppies.
It's like the size of a cow.
Yep, we saw two big dogs.
You go ahead, you bear. You be a bear.
Teddy Bear Adventures, begin now.
Yay!
We have the Teddy Bear Adventures right this way.
I'm a better camera woman than I am star, that's for sure.
Well, I'm known as the Teddy Bear Toast of the town.
Oh, you can teach me.
Goodness, look at that little puppy.
Oh, he's cute. We got him. He's busted. He's painting.
Yes, yes.
She's gonna paint a man there.
To the left here is Gary Gribble's Running Sports, a great place to pick up some tennis shoes.
He's the best pair of Nikes.
Hey, if you want to grab some tennies, we could definitely pop in there. Ah, part of me wishes we went here.
Wow.
Part of me wishes we went here. There is a puppy.
Can you tell I like pizza very much? My goodness. Dinner was just 30 minutes ago, and I'm already thinking about a slice of pepperoni and cheese pizza.
If you see anything that grabs your attention, you just let me know. Oh wow, I do like that. And here's a shoe sale. Phoenix Art Gallery. Now here is a boutique women's store. Why don't we go in here?
Ooh, a sweater. Shoulder pads. Finally. Making a comeback.
Something else downtown here is great sidewalk sales, especially on Saturdays. You don't want to pass up on some of the great bargains you will find downtown here.
I want to camera you.
Hey, all right, you got it. It's like 4 or 5 blocks down. But we'll make it. We'll make it. I've seen a lot of puppies today. This is Puppy Town. Oh my goodness. Here, I'll let you take over on camera a little bit.
This dog's so cute.
I don't know if we've ever seen so many dogs in one day. My goodness.
Unusual art. I guess everyone has their own taste in art.
Alright, we're on it. It's time to make moves.
Noodles World Kitchen.
By the way, if you thought I liked pizza, wait until you hear about my noodle obsession. Well, yes, Tom, this is the 3rd time today you've brought up noodles.
Thai restaurant.
Where? Ah, yum.
It looks like there's a great pad thai cafe here. Interesting. Now, I've never been here, but my goodness, I do love Asian noodles.
Good place to get a psychic reading.
Oh, wow.
You'll have to excuse me, I have to go do some work.
Uh-oh.
I just have to see about a few matters. I'll be right back. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
And right out front here is a great place for breakfast called Ladybirds. Banana nut pancakes, blueberry pie, and you can also have a Bloody Mary with breakfast if you like.
I think it's right in here.
And right now we're stopping into Crick's clothing store. Now you just stand back and watch Julianna go to work. You are entering the realm of an expert here.
Oh. Just got them things spoiled rotten. And
Oh, it smells so good out here.
cool evening on
It's
the
7:15. Oh my goodness. Have you come here later?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
7:15. Hey, we might have to check out the menu here.
Cool. Fresh pasta and cocktails. Good one. The Eldridge! We're here! We are here at the Eldridge Hotel.
You want to film a little bit?
Yes.
At last, we've reached the legendary and reportedly haunted hotel.
Here we are at the Eldridge Hotel. Right in the center of downtown Lawrence. You're gonna love it here. Come on, take a look. It's a very old building, by the way. Very old and very historic. And we have a marker. We have a marker on the building here. Some of the original stones that survived the hotel being burned down during the Civil War. And we have a plaque here commemorating that. This building was actually rebuilt twice and then refurbished in the 20th century to become a new hotel. This building has survived the entire town being burned down. And say that there's a ghost which lurks the hallways. Tonight we're gonna find out. So, you may want to buckle in. You may want to buckle in for this one.
That's so funny. Hey, thank you.
They have a great bar downstairs.
Oh my god.
They have a steakhouse right downstairs here.
This is so wild.
How astounding to be here in the lobby of this fine hotel. They also have happy hour at the lounge downstairs. And on the menu today is a watermelon martini. I may be interested in that too. The Eldridge as it stands now was constructed in 1866 and then fully renovated in 1925 into a fancy hotel. It became an apartment building in the 20th century until the 1980s and 90s when, once again, it was remastered into an excellent hotel.
There you have the brandy, the scotch, and the gin.
Yes.
And some small figurines.
Yeah, let's keep investigating.
This lobby is fabulous. We could lounge here all day, but the mission to solve the mystery of the hotel continues.
Oh wow, is this a ballroom? Wow. What a room here.
Yes.
It's hard to believe, but this is the actual elevator the Eldridge ghost was photographed in. Standing right here. And what's even more scary, the hotel staff says that this elevator regularly runs by itself, like there's an invisible person pushing the buttons during the night.
Presidential suite? My goodness.
Hey, cool room. Let's get some lights turned on here. Hey, let's open these up. I think we have.
Great Caesar's ghost. What kind of genius can't operate a window?
Oh my god.
Hey, we have a great view of downtown. Now we can keep an eye on things around here.
As you can see, we have a nice view of the downtown area here. This is great.
Heart of Lawrence.
Yep, we are right in the middle of Lawrence, and we'll be able to keep an eye on the events of the town this evening. And we have a pizzeria across the street.
Woo!
That's handy.
Get a psychic reading, a pizza slice, a book.
By the way, I just have to tell you this. Rudy's Pizzeria at 704 Massachusetts Street isn't just one of the greatest pizza parlors in Lawrence. It's one of the best places in the world. Some of my favorite memories are quiet evenings spent right here at Rudy's with a few comic books, a 16-inch pizza, and a large soda. Just a side note, they also have submarine sandwiches too, so don't sleep on that.
Let's go.
As we descend the lower level, we saw something captivating on the landing. Appears to be a portrait of Shaylor Eldridge and his men.
Oh my goodness, look at this picture.
Oh my goodness. Is that the ghost?
Yep.
He looks like a troubled soul. It's a heavy brow.
Yeah. Let's have a look down here.
I'll be honest with you, I don't understand the Eldridge ghost. Colonel Eldridge died peacefully in 1899 surrounded by loved ones. Why would he be doing this? Why would he be angry at his own hotel?
Let's go.
We're going underground. Is that the ghost?
Yep.
It looks like it would be a ghost.
Great Caesar's ghost, imagine how old this basement area is. All the stories that these walls have seen. There's also a hair salon down here too, I like that. We heard an interesting story about this basement level from our waiter at lunch of all people. He told us that Colonel Eldridge's office chair is in a storage room downstairs, which is odd because it seems like it should be in a museum. But apparently it's just sitting in a closet with other items down here. Well, anyway, one of the waiter's friends worked as a janitor at the hotel here, and one day he walked into the closet and saw Colonel Eldridge sitting in the chair. He was looking down at a pocket watch and then looked right up at him. Well, the guy tore out of there and ran through the hotel yelling and screaming all the way. This experience was also shared on the Eldridge Hotel episode of My Ghost Story on Biography Channel. The hotel manager was interviewed on the program and said that many strange events have happened here at the hotel on a regular basis. Speaking of strange things, we saw something unusual out front. at the hotel. On our way back outside, it was almost like a message from a stranger that was written to us.
Looks like somebody went crazy with the chalk here.
I done dirty.
My goodness, how cryptic. It says, remember the Eldridge.
Or die. Oh wait, no, it doesn't.
Somebody wrote a call to remember the Eldridge. I guess that's their call to arms. I don't know what it means. Somebody is a real history maniac. My goodness. I just wonder what kind of person would write that. Yeah, there is a Starbucks handy.
Hey, I'm supposed to be cameraing you.
Alright, I'll let you take over.
Consider here's a really cool shot of the Free State Brewing Company. Okay, yeah.
Big brewing company. Have a microbrewery inside. Very famous hangout. It's called the Pub and Plate. Go in there for the pub, enjoy a plate of french fries too.
By the way, this guy behind us was following us all day. And then we saw him dig up some food from the trash, pick up a newspaper from the gutter, and then sit down at a cafe table like he was having lunch. Great balls of fire.
Indian food place. This is new. This wasn't here. In fact, this was a gap, believe it or not. Boulevard Brewing Company. Looks like it's closed.
Oh, meow. Oh my.
This is La Paria, some of the best Latin American food you will ever have.
This place is amazing. Latin American cuisine. I used to come here all the time.
I love the music.
I would always get the chimichanga here.
Well, if you're wondering what I'm doing going down this alley, I saw a mural and wanted to get a closer look to see if I could understand it better. And the answer is nope. I understood it even less. What a cool place right here. RPG, which stands for Restaurant, Pub, Games. So you can have food and fun. Today's trip really is a treat for me. You see, I began my career here from 2003 to 2005 after graduating from the Kansas School of Hairstyling. I was placed at a barber shop right downtown here to get a couple of years of experience before returning home to open my own shop. And I had a little apartment upstairs right around the corner here. These were great times. And this day is really a trip down memory lane for me.
I would read everything like it's a different language, but it's just my own language. English.
You have to sound it out phonetically, huh?
It's in neon. It's hard to tell.
Oh, it's one of those hard to read neon.
Oh my goodness, Henry T's Bar. This place is legendary.
Cool.
Right next to it is Richard's Music Company. A great place to go.
Cool place, wow.
Don't miss going to the Love Garden at 822 Mass Street. It's a CD and record store with cats everywhere. They just sit on records and use them for chairs.
I used to be friends with a guy named David, and he loved going to this place. It's called the Sandbar. He loved going here.
You know, it's been around a while if it has a Margaritaville sign.
Yeah.
Oh.
Funny story about the sandbar. A guy I knew named David got so drunk there one night he rode a moped home. And then the next morning he looked outside and remembered he doesn't own a moped. If you're wondering what those dulcet tones in the background are, well, two street bums apparently found trumpets somehow, and now they're having a musical rendition. I thought about editing this out, but then I said, no, you deserve to hear this.
It's too bad it's not being used properly.
I'm trying to remember what this was. Moose McGuire's. Okay, this opened after.
It seems like French, almost like
Yes, it
Mardi
does.
Gras.
All right, here we are, Urban Outfitters.
Along with some of the fun shops downtown here, there's also some kind of spooky places to go shopping. Like the Raven Bookstore with Edgar Allan Poe and other mystery novels, Third Eye Sadie's, and the Crystal Cottage, which sell metaphysical supplies. Also the Village Witch for your brews, spells, and potions. And also Summit Steps, which sells minerals and geodes. And Southern Moon Tea and Ritual. My favorite is 1313 Mockingbird Lane for toys and collectibles sure to give you nightmares.
I think I've heard you talking about Latchkey Deli before.
Well, they have mimosas for $5. Italian soda, $4. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that ZZ Top looking guy sitting over there talked to us. But if you thought that was creepy, just wait for what happens next. Watch this. Look at the face this woman makes up here when we walk by. My goodness. At first we thought this was funny, but then we realized how twisted and wretched that look the person gave was. I don't know, maybe Lawrence is a town of witches.
This building is marvelous, isn't it?
Yes, it really is.
What's disturbing is you can see right here when she senses Julianna's goodness behind her and recoils at it like a black cat.
Mana.
This is the Replay Lounge here, a bar that has cover bands on the weekends and also records live CDs.
I'm trying to get out of your way, and then I'm getting in your way.
The Red Lion Tavern, the ultimate dive bar if you want to disappear for a few hours.
Oh, I would love to
Oh
get
my
that
goodness.
for Sherman to sleep on. Imagine putting that on the ground for Sherman. Coming
Oh, he would like
and seeing him on
that.
top of that.
I don't know if that fits in our little house, but he would
doesn't.
love that. Oh, look at this little guy.
Ah, it's so cute.
As much as we've tried to go on with our day normally here, we can't stop thinking about that witch we saw standing at the fence of the Friendship Garden. It's like they were watching something, but it was empty.
You're so silly. At least I'm looking at Jeffro.
Hey, here's a ramen bowl shop.
Did you say ramen?
Hey, oh, did I say it wrong? It's not called ramen.
It's ramen.
Ramen.
Everyone knows it's ramen.
It's not ramen? That's what it looks like? Ah!
While editing this, I actually researched the fenced area where we saw the witch. Found out that it's a friendship garden, financed by Japan and given as a gift to the city of Lawrence. I spoke to the curator, who was a Japanese student, on the phone, and asked, is there anything preventing someone from going in? They said, no, it's open to everyone. I said, this is a strange question, but is there something in the garden that would make a person angry? They said it's a friendship garden.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Through the years.
Oh my god. Well, we're ready to begin this evening's investigation, and we have some great equipment we're going to be using. We have a radiation, we have an EMF detector here, and I think this will come in very handy tonight. It's like something from Sleepy Hollow. Lantern, we'll carry it around. Slides open, slide shuts. This is a must. When you're chasing ghosts around a hotel, you must have this in the middle of the night. And we also have this flashlight, this dual-purpose flashlight. You can point it forward like this, push the button again, comes on this way. And we'll be using this as we search the entire hotel. And not easy to hide from this, but one of our favorite instruments is this laser. This is a personal favorite of ours. We like operating this laser. And let me turn off the lights for a second so you can kind of get an idea of how this works. You're gonna love it. What's great about this, it puts lasers everywhere. You can't walk an inch in this room without being detected. You can't even put something in front of it. Boy, it pops right up. This makes it inescapable. It's a trap. It's a trap for the ghosts. They walk right into it. Let's see how this works. Yeah, turn around this way a little bit too. There we go. Ooh. But our number one instrument we'll be using is our trusty thermo imager. A thermo reading of the entire room, the entire hallway, wherever you are. You'll be able to see in a different field of vision. You will be able to see things on a new spectrum. Alright, I think we're ready to begin our search of the hotel to see if we can find our buddy the ghost. He tells me that nighttime is when this ghost likes to come out. He goes to sleep during the day. Likes to come out at night. And this is when he's really bad. He likes to be bad at night. Well, I also like to be bad at night. So we'll see how this works out. There's a picture of Ghost Man. He's a bad boy.
And now the time has come to begin a full investigation of this old building. The clock says it's exactly 6 p.m., and for the next 45 minutes I'll be sweeping the hallways for clues, checking the stairwells too, and keeping an eye on the elevator. You see, I have a theory. The tall, faceless man with a cape and cowl photographed in the lobby elevator. I don't believe that's Colonel Eldridge. Why would he be haunting his own building? We know that the stairway to hell was recently demolished and covered up. What if this is now the elevator to hell? What if the evil woman we saw at the Friendship Garden was one of the infamous 13 witches of Lawrence, awaiting the return of her lord and master? It's a horrifying thought, but we have to investigate this legend.
We'll just dim the lights here. Well, Tom, that's what ghosts like. That looks a little different. As you can see, when I step in front of the laser detection system, Tom, you almost look like a shadow person. There you see how it works. We're going to have this array of laser lights operating. There we go. There we go. Should the good colonel decide to make one of his famous appearances here to terrorize people during the night, what he's not going to count on is seeing this laser pattern. And then his ghost is going to step right in front of it, like so. We're going to have the good colonel video documented, and he will know that the jig is up. We're ready for you. I
think I see you. I thought I saw something move. Seems that dark spot keeps getting bigger all the time. Whoa. I moved a little bit. I see you. Oh. Oh, we having a staring contest? Oh, my. Hey, I can sit here as long as you can. But you gotta get back to your fried chicken, right? Are you really a ghost? Or is that just your gig? Hello? I saw what you pulled up there. We had a Mexican standoff up there, right? Is this chair where you like to sit? Well, yes, Tom, this is where I take a load off. After a long day of haunting innocent people. By the way, I hate the guests who stay at this hotel. No reason, I just hate their guts. I wanna kill. No windows, no vents of any kind. But sudden and drastic flashes of temperature change. We are exactly 2 stories beneath Colonel Mustard's room. I'm starting to see why so many people hated this guy. In a little area like this, a ghost could send you toppling over the edge. Oops, you had an accident while you were quote-unquote by yourself. You'll have to excuse some of my hijinks this evening. You see, the real Colonel Eldridge was a great man who wouldn't care if some silly character like me was poking fun of him. But if this is an evil spirit masquerading as the Colonel, they may lash out. Okay, what's that? Egads! An apparition! Hello? Hello there. Oh, it's okay. We're just visiting. Hi there. It's moving. Look at this. For 15 minutes now, we've caught glimpses at the edge of the hallway of a dark mist rising from the floor. It was at this moment we realized the black mist is literally mist. It's outside air coming in through the doors, weather stripping into the air-conditioned hotel.
Oh my god. That was a horrible decision.
Cool store. Hey, the food at Zen Zero is on point. All right, now I know that you do like pad thai, but I also know that you are very interested in the red curry this evening.
Yes, I'm interested.
Why don't we inspect the menu and see what we have here? Now, how do you feel about yellow Thai coconut?
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Oh, Nepal, Tibet, Thailand, Vietnamese, and
Yep.
Japanese.
Yes, this is a sort of an Indo-Eurasia cafe.
I love it. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's so exciting to be here because the dishes. There's an intricacy to them. Well,
I'm not going first, buddy.
It's-
I'm
that's Chinese.
You going first. Nice try.
Okay.
That's a nice try. I don't know what you're trying to do there. All right, give us.
Old Chinese trick.
Okay, so what do you call these? What is the name for these?
I call them rice puffs. I don't know the name.
This is one of these things that
They're basically
you eat a little bit and you're like, oh my goodness, and then you put it down and you're like, wait, let me get some more.
make a killer martini.
That's a good one. You ordered the Singapore Bombay. The Bombay, what was it? I messed it up, didn't I?
It's the Bombay Sapphire martini.
Bombay Sapphire. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm very excited about these Singapore noodles.
I got the red curry.
Hey, that coconut curry looks good.
Yeah.
Wait, I may have to switch plates.
No,
You're
not gonna switch.
You can't do that? Okay.
Noodles.
Meow.
Buddy.
Meow. I tried. Well, I do have this though.
You know, I gotta tell you something. Sitting here at dinner tonight, I was actually feeling bad about how today's investigation went. Then I realized something. This moment, this present moment around us we're all sharing, is marvelous. We've spent all day thinking about a dead person, and here we're surrounded by all these living people, conducting the movie of their lives, each one of them. And if any of them was a ghost, we would think it was the most fascinating thing in the world. The rest of the time, we just walk by like, who cares?
Think about me, when I hear saxophone music, I just automatically start dancing. I start bouncing and grooving.
As regards the mystery at the Eldridge Hotel, I don't think there's anything to worry about. I really don't. What I can tell you is we have never felt more safe and protected than being in this wonderful building. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe some small part of Shaylor Eldridge is still watching over this place like an angel. If there really are 13 witches in this town, perhaps he feels he must stand guard at the hotel like a doorman.
Let's just go to the stairs.
Well, it's 9 o'clock now, and we've actually decided to go home. Believe it or not. I know it sounds strange to check into a hotel and then not stay. But the truth is, we just miss our house. We miss our video games. Julianna's working on a Super Mario Galaxy video game. We miss our TV shows. It doesn't take that long to drive home. But we wanted to take a moment to dedicate this episode to Shaylor Eldridge and his wonderful family. We also want to thank the Eldridge staff. We really do love this hotel. And we want to say goodnight to the city of Lawrence. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Or it seems that way. Oh, I love that shot.